Hey again, this is the Gamer Guy back with another Little Things video, this time on Aion of all things. I typically don't go for these Eastern style MMOs, but I must say out of all the Korean MMOs I've tried and all the MMOs in general, this has a lot of little things to mention, and I was pleasantly surprised. So let's get straight into it. Asmodeans, Ilios, two factions you could choose from. Basically one is of the dark, one is of the light. It's not necessarily a good and evil thing, nor is it relevant to little things, so I'll get right into character creation. Now, basically you have four archetypes. They branch at level 10 into what you're going to play for the rest of the game. Warriors can be gladiators, which is what you see here, a DPS tank class, or a Templar, which is basically a shield-wearing tank class. Next up you go to Scout. Scouts can be basically rogues, which would attack from the shadows, have high DPS with swords, and then you'd go into the other archetype would be Ranger, which would be archery. Lots of archery, lots of range DPS. Totally different play styles in all of these. Mage, we move on to, has basically this ability to be a huge nuker as a sorcerer, and also a Spirit Master, which is a class that would have a pet that would tank for them or you know, hold aggro for them while they damaged it from afar. Priest is the next archetype, and priests basically are clerics, which are healers with a shield and mace, or chanters, which is more of kind of a shaman slash bard kind of class. A lot of buffs and debuffs and stuns, and wield a staff in staff combat. So very, very interesting archetypes you have here. Again, at level 10 you choose the class you're going to be for good. Now we're just going to go back into character creation and show you one of the little things that I think is just fantastic. Aion has one of the better character creators I've seen in a while. I also believe that Age of Conan had an excellent character creator. Some people would disagree. However, body types. You never see this. Lean body, athletic body, large body, round body, small body, ridiculously dwarven looking thing. You can basically shape your character however you'd like to. The default body is actually pretty good. You can go in and change the height. You can give him longer legs, larger feet, change his chest and torso. All these things are completely changeable. Slim down the waist, give it a more V'd look, whatever you want to do. Randomized faces, randomized bodies. Anything you'd like to do, you can pretty much do. I've seen people make dwarves even. Very interesting setup, very well thought out, a lot of options. And again, they don't typically look as Korean as you would think. So I was pleasantly surprised there because I don't really prefer that art style personally. Change colors, change tattoos on your face, anything you want to do, you can do. It's very neat, it's a very good design. Overall, very cool. So, let's get straight into the gameplay here. I'm going to go straight into my Gladiator here, which is a melee DPS class. One of the little things I'd like to mention about Aion that they offer is a authenticator. They give it to you just for purchasing the game. Now I purchased this game on a sale at Steam for $10 just to give it a shot, and I've actually been playing it more than anything else, period, hands down. It's been a great experience so far. The game had a rough launch. It was mostly a grindy game when it began. It had a lot of issues. Most all of that stuff has been sorted out. It's been westernized pretty well, and I'm really enjoying it myself. Now, again, not to give it a review. Everybody has their own preferences. But it does have plenty of features and little things to go over. One of those is actually right here in front of us. These players are setting up a player shop. I've got really bad FPS here because I've got some things going in the background. I'm putting up a Rift video right now for everyone. But you can kind of get the gist of it. These people here are creating a store where outside of the auction house, the broker house, you can set your character on a podium and he'll just sit there and announce whatever you'd like to announce. Now, you know, if you have some ore and you want to get rid of it, you'd put it up here. You'd set up a price of $1 billion, Oh, wow, that's a lot. I don't even know how. I think that's 21 billion. I'm really not sure. I'm not very good with numbers. My favorite thing to put up here is I've got 7 kids to feed, or is it 5? That's my total recall line. Once you push that, I'll literally sit down. People can view my items for sale directly off of me without paying a broker, and I'll repeat my wonderful, "Hey man, I've got 5 kids to feed" line. So, very neat feature. Definitely a little thing I'd like to mention. When you pop open your store, it pops open your bags automatically. Pretty cool, pretty slick, well thought out, well done, well executed. I like it. When you push close, it'll close it. When you push stop, it'll actually stop your private store. You can leave yourself here all day. Aion will not kick you out typically, and you will sell your stuff while you're at work. Pretty neat. Next up, of course, aside from these guys in front of the Temple of Gold, which is the Asmodean area city, we've got basically a crafting hub. Now this is going to run a bit choppy. One of the things I'd really like to point out here is the character armor models. They're actually really, really impressive. It's 3D modeling at its best, really. It's all very well placed and thick. I thought originally it would be very showy, but it's definitely intricate and not tasteless. Very surprisingly well done. I'm going to say it's a little thing because I haven't seen graphics this good and armor models this good in a long time. And I'm actually going to change direction here. I'm going to go over here where it's not lagging as badly. And I'm going to show you guys a neat feature basically where you can reskin your armor to look however you'd like it to look. Again, apologies for the lag. I have way too much going on in the background. So this is basically a room where you would remodel your items. You would basically go up to this vendor, go buy yourself a high-level piece of armor that looks really awesome and super cool, click Modify Appearance, and you would drag and drop the armor that you would like to look like in the bottom and the armor you'd like to keep in the top. And it'll basically put that level 40, 50 skin right over your level 20 armor. You'll look great. It'll cost you probably 1,000 kina, which is like 10 silver, and it's done. It's wonderful. It's a great little thing. I'm definitely including that in this video, and I think it's just something people need to implement in every damn MMO I've ever played, because it's totally worth it. One of the other little things in the same room is an arms fusion vendor. Basically, you take your polearm, your book, whatever it is that you have as a weapon, you place it here in the arms fusion area, and then you place your secondary weapon in the secondary slot, and you combine the two weapons. You bind them together, and it creates a combined stat weapon. It's great. It's a really cool feature. It's definitely a little thing. Again, totally leaving it in here. Combining two weapons, one old, one new, of similar level and the same style to produce a better weapon is just a nice little way to boost your damage and actually utilize some old equipment that you have.
For the Shadem Lord.
Oh, you thought I was done. Well, I'm not. We're going to go across the street. We're going to lag our way over here and show you yet another little thing. And I'm telling you, Aion's got plenty. This is going to be a 2-part video for sure. Scrolls. Scrolls that will teleport you to other cities, areas, all over the game world. You can buy them. They're cheap. I'm broke. I can't afford any of these. And you can literally use them to teleport Hearth, basically, if you will, back to whatever city you want to go to or whatever questing area you want to go to. Awesome little thing. Next up, Kisk. You can buy yourself a self-resing Kisk, so your group members and yourself can res by clicking on this. It's a wonderful idea. If you're out PvPing, which Aion is big on, you can go and pop one of these down and resurrect parties after being killed. So, very cool feature. Never seen it before. Any class can do it. There's no specific priest that has to use this. Very cool feature. Another little thing, power shards. If we click profile here, it will pull up our character. Gladius is the man. And you put power shards up here in your UI, and you activate them with B, it gives you a damage boost. You expend them, they're expendable, you find them on mobs, you can buy them here at the vendor. It's great. It's a nice little way to boost your damage. Now we're going to get into extraction. You can buy yourself a really cool little tool. If I have room in my damn inventory, you can right-click this tool, find yourself a tired piece of armor. There's one right there. And you can disenchant the armor. Insane, I know. But you don't have to be an enchanter to do this. So basically you can break down all armors and all weapons, and you can disenchant them into enchantment stones. I'm going to give you an example here. Check it out. Let's find some crappy piece of crap. Wow, all my stuff's really good. Okay, durable polearm. We don't care. We're going to extract. Takes a second. He uses the tool. Bam. Out comes a stone. When you get a new item in your inventory, another little thing of Aion, it actually puts a little border around it that glows and shows you, hey, you just got this in your inventory. So if you're out and you picked up a thing that you want to trade to somebody, or you picked up a piece of ore and you need to locate it in your bag, it's illuminated as a recent acquisition. So if you got it recently, it'll light up in your inventory and let you know, hey, this just got in this bag. Pretty cool feature, gotta say. It's a little thing. You could take this stone right here, which is a level 22 enchantment, drag it over your armor that doesn't have any enchantment, and you can use a supplement powder to make it enchant and not fail. Now, you do have a chance to fail. I'm going to do this without any supplement powder, and I know I'm probably going to fail. Here it goes. It didn't fail. I got lucky. The guy does a little animation when you do it, and then you click over it. You got a +1 next to the name of the greaves. That actually, for every class armor set, gives you different stats. I believe for tanks like this, or melee DPS class like this, it's defense. So it's going to give me some defense. If I was putting it, on my weapon, it would give me attack. There's all kinds of stones and gems in this game. You can totally change up your playstyle by modifying the gem slots. Much like World of Warcraft, Aion has gem slots, and you can build these gems or find them off monsters in the world. They're a common drop, believe it or not, and most armor slots and weapon slots have 2 gem slots. So you can pop in gems, crit strike, mana boost, magic damage. All these things can be popped in 2 and 3 at a time on your armor slots and weapon slots. Very cool, allows you to customize your character. Right there at one vendor, I was able to show you several different things that make little things even neater in Aion. I'm going to put up a second part video, so keep your eye out for that. For now, this is just some very basic little things about Aion that are just great, and a lot of other MMOs, I will hope, would adapt such things. It gives the game a lot of depth. It makes it kind of customizable and definitely tasteful. Thanks for watching another Little Things video. Keep an eye out for part 2. I've tried, and all the MMOs in general, this has a lot of little things to mention, and I was pleasantly surprised. So let's get straight into it. Asmodeans, Ilios, 2 factions you can choose from. Basically, one is of the dark, one is of the light. It's not necessarily a good and evil thing, nor is it relevant to little things, so I'll get right into character creation. Now, basically you have 4 archetypes. They branch at level 10 into what you're going